All right, y'all. Welcome to the East Valley Podcast, a podcast located in the East Valley. That's what the title says. Here, we got a huge group now. At first, it was just me, Sterling, and Langston. Langston couldn't join us because he's a little fucking loser. But we have Andrew, Khalil, and Isaiah, all part of the gang, all part of the East Valley Podcast, of course. And with these podcasts, there's gonna be episodes where it might just be few people, certain people, different people, but just know we are all a collective community, a community, as people say. So, like with every podcast, we're gonna start off with our highs and lows of the week, which basically, for those who don't know, it's what was your highest highlight of the week and what was your lowest highlight of the week. So what mattered and what didn't. We got Isaiah's mom in the building. East Valley Podcast. She just wanted to say what's up. She's part of the group too. Okay, so we got highlights of the week. So Khalil, we'll start with you. What's your highest highlight? What's your highest moment of the week so far?
Bro, there's not really anything like.
Hey,
honestly,
be small. It could be small.
It could be small. It could be.
bro, bro, when I made this beat, bro, that I showed Andrew, that shit low key, because that shit low key took a minute. I'm not gonna lie, and I actually I fuck with it. I fuck with how it sounds.
So you're just on that beat grind right now, and it's working out well. Hell yeah. Yep. All right, lows. What about lows?
Bro, there's a lot of those, bro. Like, yo, is that Eli?
Eli.
Yo, Isaiah be getting up his whole family in here.
God.
Oh, you doing a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Eli, you got to be in the next one, bro.
Yo, denim jacket.
What's the next one gonna be about?
Who knows, bro? It's all.
It's
It's a podcast, you know. Who knows?
Oh, let me know.
I got you, bro.
All right, so lows. Probably, I'll just say probably just school. You know, the basic.
Just boring
answer.
Ass shit.
School,
Hey,
bro. I
bro.
hate school.
I feel
That's how it is. Sometimes I be missing school, but then I look at y'all and I'm like, nah.
On God, bro. We all need to hang out, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Bro.
Yeah, maybe we can do a real life podcast. Real life podcast edition.
Yeah,
That would be heat. Hey, anybody's house, bro. We'll figure it out. You know, we got our group chats.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't have our group chats exposed though, because we'll all get arrested.
No. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, especially what happened recently.
All right, Isaiah, how about you? Highest highlights and lowest lows.
I mean, I didn't really do much this week, but I'd say that the highest part of my week was I got to top 1,000 Gizmo after like 4 days.
Damn, already?
Wait, you got what?
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Didn't he just come out
Already?
last week?
Yeah,
What the
he
fuck, man?
What the hell did you have top 1,000?
But then I like dropped a little bit.
Dude, when I made that video of that Gizmo, bro, I just stopped playing that game, bro. That shit pissed me off. But hey, congrats, bro.
I just be playing.
And listen, if you don't got any lows, that's better than having a low. So if it's just a neutral time, you know, it's fine, bro. Don't say any lows. If you don't got no highs, don't got no highs, bro. But
yeah, I don't know if I would have like any crazy lows. I went to this like motivational speaking place, and I didn't really want to be there, and I was just like, kind of bored the whole time.
didn't you? You told me that you started writing music.
Yo,
Right. That's what I heard.
Oh,
That's
write music?
Hey, bro, he was writing music. He was
Yo, bro,
motivational speaking.
I can make you a beat, bro.
I bet.
I want to hear that. I want to hear Khalil be like, "Hey, yo, Khalil on the track," and then
Yo, yeah, I need
Isaiah
a producer tag.
get a girl to say your shit, bro. Be like, "Oh, Khalil's big ass cock," or some shit.
No, that's actually why.
Bro, they be,
Nah,
bro,
that's
they be
actually
going
why.
ham.
That's a
They
bit
be going
crazy.
ham
That's a
on
little
this shit, bro.
crazy.
Bro,
No,
you-
but the girls be going crazy. That TikTok that I sent, that shit had me crying.
Bro, DJ Khaled's producer tags are like a minute long, bro. It's like half
Oh
a
Bro.
god,
song.
like that first
On
one,
God
I was
did.
like, holy shit.
No, because all he does is
Oh.
fucking. He just talks. Bro.
DJ Khaled.
Holy shit, bro! Just go to the, just
God
Hey.
did.
God, dude. And then
God
he says,
did.
He
They
says like
believe
10.
in us.
Right.
Juice WRLD did.
were-
Juice
they were-
WRLD did like, bro, what? I said, bro,
Funny.
Juice WRLD did what?
Right, bro.
Right.
I don't know.
I
I don't like DJ Khaled. He pissed me off, bro. Way too much.
JJ.
I agree.
Come on, man.
All right, Andrew. What about you?
I feel like the whole week I was pretty good about myself. But if I had to have a high and a low, high, I finished writing lyrics for a song recently.
Ooh.
Everybody on that
recording
song.
happened,
Oh god,
I have
everyone on
no
their
fucking
songs
clue.
writing type shit.
I just found a beat I liked and I finished it.
Hell yeah,
Lows?
bro.
Nice.
I'd say a few days ago,
need to make
I
a
was
song.
thinking about how special it really is to be alive and what would really like how it would impact like maybe me or other people like if someone had killed themselves, suicide.
I do be
And it
thinking
made-
about
and-
that, bro.
Fun fact, you have a better chance of winning the Mega Millions lottery 2 million times than you do being born.
What the fuck, bro? I don't even know any of my homies that were my sperm roommates, bro. Like I don't.
2 million times winning the Mega Millions.
He said the sperm race is crazy. Y'all remember that? Oh, wait.
being alive is special, and that's why I want to like
You
just
just
always be
gotta,
at my
yeah,
best.
you just gotta cherish it, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't have any positive moments without having negative moments, because having negative moments makes those positive moments so much more, bro. It's like you can't have
Yeah.
good without evil. You can't have evil without good. It's just
Word.
so it works out, bro. You know, good
Mhm.
shit. What about you, What about you, Xander?
Hey, ain't gonna lie.
This motherfucker's
Let's see,
name is
my
Xander.
high for this week. So, I'm gonna say Sunday. It was Sunday and Monday, right? So this dude got stuck in Arizona, and he went to go teach a class. So me and Dad went up there. You know, we was hustling, selling some products. You know, I got paid off of that, so it was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I put my low. I don't know. I don't think I have one of this week.
That's great, bro.
Oh no. I got
Fuck.
90% in math, bro. That shit pissed me off.
You-
That shit actually pissed me off. No, okay, look. Cause it was on a project, right? I got like a 78 on my project. I was looking at it. I was like, bro, whatever. So now I have to go redo it after, like, I don't know, tomorrow or
Oh
something.
my
So
gosh. I guess well you are pursuing a different life than I, bro. When I got like a 72 on math, bro, I was ecstatic, bro. I was like, hell yeah, bro.
I would be.
My
the
mom
same.
was giving me so much props for getting
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm fine with this, nigga. I don't give a- As long as it's not an F, bro, I don't go.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
All right, my highs and lows for the week. I'm gonna start off with my low. My low for the week is my car overheated, and that shit was so annoying. But what happened was, me and Sophia. I took Sophia to Joe's Barbecue because she wanted to eat, and we were on our way back, and then I heard something pop, and then it all just started to smell bad, and I was like, oh shit, something's wrong, and we were driving in, and then. And mind you, I was playing way too much GTA. So when I pulled into the driveway, my hood started smoking like extensively, and I thought it was just gonna blow up. So I was like, Sophia, get the fuck out of the car right now. And I jolted out of the car. She was still in there because it was locked. I forgot to unlock it, and I was
That's
like,
wild. No, that's actually. He said my bad. He said my bad. Shit.
And yeah, that just sucked, man, because I didn't know anything about how to like fix it, and I was just watching YouTube videos, didn't understand shit, which leads me to my high of the week. My dad is a fucking car engineer. He knows everything about cars, so he was like, yo, I got you, dog. And he just showed me how to fix it, and you know, it was great quality bonding with my dad, and
That's
it was
fun.
something that he was interested in, and I wasn't, but I had to get done. And now my car is better than what it was. And also another high, Assassin's Creed's been my baby this past few
Aren't
2 months,
they
bro.
making a new
I've
one?
been playing Valhalla and Origins. Oh, and the new one, Mirage, bro.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that shit, bro. Yeah, it was a good week. It was a good week.
That's good.
That's fire. That's pretty nice. So now
So-
you got your car all working.
Yeah, my car's all better now, thankfully. I was nervous because like I have work tomorrow. I was like, how the fuck am I gonna get to work, bro? I'm not.
So better start walking. Better start walking.
I'm gonna have to walk at like 1, bro,
Right.
because my work starts at 4. Like shit.
Jeez.
But yeah, I think to start off, I think we need to address the elephant in the room, Xander.
Yeah.
We gotta understand what is your motive for your whole personality change, bro. Like what's going on with you? Who is Xander with an X? Who is Xander with a Z? Come on.
All right, I'm gonna start with my main one, Xander with the Z, right? So Xander with the Z is my channel about, I guess, my growth, not like debate growth or like idea growth, but like lifestyle growth.
Your
So
growth as a person.
uh, we're like, yeah, sure, we'll say that, But I'm like, cause right now, me and Dad are working on this like business model. So if I get that up and running before I'm 18, I could be making lots of money. I could be a completely like different place. Like
So
have my
growth
own-
as an entrepreneur.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I guess my journey of life. But then Xander with an X, that boy is shicey. He's shicey with it. Okay, so like the whole purpose of Xander with an X is for me to like gather ideas, to gather how people think nowadays. Because
Okay.
me, I'm kind of away from social media, so I'm trying to dive back into it, see what people are doing now, and like what's trending, why things are trending, why things are happening a certain way, and stuff like that. But
And I think that
that's
could really help with your ideas for a business, because how the world is working right now also correlates with what the world wants or needs, which also correlates with your idea of an entrepreneurship. So whatever they might need or might want, you can invent that and make tons of money, whether that be something small to something large. So Xander with an X is basically your reaction channel, your reaction personality to the world and your response. And then your Xander with a Z
right.
is your professional entrepreneurial business motive.
Right.
So you got
Exactly.
two personality. Who is Sterling Harris? Let's ask that.
Sterling Harris. Okay, not gonna lie, Sterling Harris is a soft ass nigga. Like he's soft. Compared to Xander with an X, Xander with a Z, he's a nobody. He's a nobody compared to them.
Wow.
Right. So Sterling with an H is back here in the back of my mind. Right. He's the
Okay.
subconscious that be telling me, "Oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that." Xander with an X is like, "Fuck everybody. I'm gonna say what I want to say," type shit. And then Xander with the Z is like, how can I make shit be productive?
Okay. So
I got a question.
What's up? Ask.
Who is bubbly? Where's
Oh!
bubbly going?
Bubbly,
Who is-
okay, Bubbly
Is
and
he the
I would
gamer?
say yeah, he's like the gamer. That's Sterling Harris. Sterling Harris is Bubbly. Like I
Oh,
probably
okay.
use some synonyms.
Sterling Harris could also be the childhood version of your whole persona, because everybody knew you as Sterling back then.
Yeah.
And now, fucking Xander, you sound like you got some pronouns going on, bro. What's up with that?
Oh, no pronouns. Oh, we don't fuck with pronouns around here. Only he and she.
Okay, hot take. Hot
Yeah.
take. Let's just ask, like, why are you here? Why are you here
Wait.
for? Like,
What do you
what's your whole motive going into just trying to succeed in life? Like, what are you trying to get at in life?
So my whole purpose of life, I believe, because I want to obtain freedom, not in the sense of do what you want, but I think freedom is attained when you no longer trade your time for money.
Oh, okay. So living substantially is a form of freedom for you, like living without any worry about trying to make more money or just having a substantial income
Yeah,
of passiveness for maybe your family and your future kids.
like it needs to be a point where I set so much stuff up that I literally could take a back seat, let everything run for itself, and then I could just be sitting there, kids, family, whatever, vacation, all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a question.
Yeah, so
So in like real, like I get like online and Discord and stuff, you would go by Xander, but in like person, if we were to say Sterling, would you like urge us to switch over to Xander, or is it just gonna not really?
see, I would like that to happen. I feel like that'd be like nice because then now you guys are also embracing the name Xander, so it makes me even more motivated to stay at Xander and keep pushing.
Dude, I have a hard
Keep
time
pushing
calling
that.
you Sterling, bro. I call you Stir Fry all the time, bro.
Yeah, I think bubbly. I've always
Certified
said
bubbly.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I always call you Sterling.
I got
bro.
people call me Sturleezy.
Sterleezy, Stizzy,
Stir. That's
Exactly.
Stir. Yeah, bro. For me personally, like I'll try my best to keep recognizing you as Xander. But this was an instant change, you know? Yesterday you were Sterling. Now you're just
yeah.
like Xander, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
But it was for you. I assume it's more of like an eye-opening realization that with the power of social media and influence, you can actually create such a huge community. And so for that, you need to change your name to a representative that you want to be known as. Like for Kanye, for
Right.
example, he's Ye now,
Exactly.
and that correlates kind of with his name, as does yours, Alexander. You know, Xander.
Yes,
There you go. So it's just, I think everybody kind of went through it in life. Like there was a point in time where I didn't want to be called Bryson. I don't know what I wanted to be called. I think I straight up just wanted to be called Quinn. But
Quinn.
at this
would be
point,
fire.
Quinn,
Quinn's
bro.
fire. Quinn's fire.
There's a point
I'm,
where I didn't like Andrew.
I've never felt like
I was
that.
probably gonna be like initials or something, because my middle name's Jack, so like AJ or something.
AJ. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never like felt like that. I've always just like liked my name.
Liked
like
your
that.
name?
I feel you.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I wouldn't know what else I would like switch it to.
Yeah,
Like,
fact.
I mean, Khalil Santana, bro. That's a nice flow of a name, bro.
I know, right?
That
It
actually
is.
sounds like
Yeah.
a celebrity, bro. I'm not even gonna
Right.
lie.
Lil Santana.
I think
Yeah.
it's because of the Santana part, but like Khalil,
Yeah,
it works.
definitely
It
is.
works
Yeah.
well, bro.
It
Oh
works.
yeah, Khalil. It's like I don't know. Like I know a lot of people with the name Khalil, but it's still like a pretty unique name.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
Do
Yeah.
people ever call you Khalil? Like, do they?
Yeah, like Khalil or
Khaled.
Callie, right? I was gonna say that.
Callie, like substitute teachers always say like Callie. Like they forget the like the other.
the
I
other-
don't know. Like how can you
yeah.
call me Callie, nigga? Like I don't know. Callie and shit like that. I don't know. They call me weird stuff.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Xander, what do you
Yeah, what's
expect out of this, man?
What did I expect? Like I said, I expect to grow. I expect to learn. Get closer to the truth. That's all I'm here for. That's really all I'm here for. That's what I expected to get out of this.
So
Become a new person.
is there ever an end goal to your kind of journey? Is there ever just going to be a point where you're satisfied with what you want and you will live? Is that
Probably,
does
yeah.
that correlate with the idea of freedom?
Yeah,
in your opinion.
Like there has to be a point where you're okay. I'm good with life right now. Like if I die, I would have no regrets. I'd be totally fine, totally okay.
Okay.
Type point. But right now, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I have so much work to do. So much work to do.
Yeah, bro. I
Right.
mean, this is the beginning for you, so it would make sense that there's a lot that you need to start off with, which
Right.
which leads to the question: what do you start off with such a ambitious idea? What's the first step to trying to reach to your success?
Honestly, it goes back to your parents because my parents support me like 100%,
Mm.
right? So the course I'm about to be doing, they're supporting me do that like financially, so I'll be able to do that. But that's going to be the start. That's fair going to be the start.
And of course, you're gonna have that support because your dad is an entrepreneur himself,
Yeah,
right? He has his
yeah.
own businesses. If if you wanna plug him, I don't know, bro.
Wait, yeah,
But
go ahead. Go look up Get Sassy, Leonetti's. If you in Arizona, you already know where it's at. If you ain't there, I don't know where you at.
so what? So you're just starting a business. Obviously, if you can't answer this question, it's very reasonable. But
Right.
what are you gonna kind of push out there? Like, what is your entrepreneur business gonna be about? Like, what are you selling? What are you producing?
Yeah. It's so the business model is called what's it? Arbitrage marketing, right? So you know like the big companies like DoorDash, Uber,
Mm-hmm.
even TikTok, like social media platforms. Them themselves, they don't push out anything. They get so for example, you have Uber, they have the drivers and then they have the clients, right?
Okay.
Uber is just the thing that connects the two in the middle. So Uber gets the drivers and then gets the clients for the drivers, and then they take a percentage off
So
of.
it's a connection. So it's a
Yeah,
connection business for something that's kind of mainstream. So like
right.
for Uber, for example, the difference between Uber and getting a taxi is that when you get a taxi, you're just getting one off the street and you're paying the
Right.
driver. With Uber, it's a whole brand of a business that has a
Exactly.
collective of random employees that
Yeah.
will serve in their name. That's kind of how it is. Same
Basically,
thing with Twitch and YouTube and TikTok and all these other
yeah.
platforms. They're name holders for your kind of creation, your employment, or your business. And you can create businesses through Twitch and through YouTube, and many people
Exactly.
have. And so that's understandable. So yours is going to be a marketing brand for what?
I,
For just
there's different types of things because I want to have eventually I want to have 7 different verticals. If you guys know what verticals means, it's like 7 different I guess businesses or business styles. So, for example, like in the cosmetology, you have barbering, you have braiding, you have nails, face, all of that. So it would be like, say you have like 7 of those. This one dude, his name is Heavy. He owns like a bunch of stuff, owns his own products, sells a bunch of stuff, and he was teaching a class which I was in. He was saying all you need is 7 different verticals and you can become a millionaire if all 7 of them start working for you and they're actually like doing good instead of just sitting there and not doing anything.
So are you going down the cosmetology route?
I have a notes list if I can just pull it up real quick.
Because your your
Um,
your family is all about the cosmetology
yeah,
kind
so
of
it'd be
business.
easier.
It would
But
be.
for example, I was thinking about like athletes, right? Because they're injury prone, they need to stretch more, whatever. But then you have a lot of yoga instructors that need those athletes. So I'd be the ones connecting the yoga instructors and the athletes together, type stuff.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then another example would be like a real estate agent. Like they get properties, they find clients, boom, they meet the clients, buy the property, stuff like that. So it's all like the same thing. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
So, I'd like to ask. I've
Hmm.
known you for a good while of my
Yeah.
life, and I can see. I know that you're like. It's like anything you look at, like you just see one thing. You see this water bottle. You see this water bottle, and you're like, I gotta do something with that. You get started so big with that, and
Yeah.
you just want to start up so much stuff, like or like so much hobbies and all these like other activities. Like I can
Hmm.
see it right now on your camera. You got a guitar in the back. You got
Yeah.
the art in the back. You got the switch
Yeah.
right here. Like that. So do you think that your new like kind of business model and your new like lifestyle and your ways are gonna kind of cut out any of those things, and you're just gonna like
Oh, definitely, for sure. For the business, so I'm trying to start. You need at least like 3 to 4 months of consistent 8 hours a day, like hard work, to get your
Mm,
shit like up and running. So
right.
yeah, all this like little hobbies, but I have to go away for a little time. But once everything starts running, I could probably get other people to do it for me. I can just sit back and like chill out, and then like start another business or something like that, and then whatever until I've successfully gotten to my goal. But I still probably want to space out time for myself to explore new hobbies and stuff like that. So I'm not always work, 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 work.
Sure,
okay.
sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
What what's your favorite hobby so far? How about that?
Ain't gonna lie. Okay, I've been messing with the guitar a lot, like a
Okay.
lot recently. Um, but right now it's lucky. I guess if you count research as a hobby, because I just be sitting on my computer and then I just go look up something,
It's
and then
ace, you know?
now I'm in a rabbit hole about like different definitions, different I don't know trends, different politics and everything like that.
That
But
yeah, that makes sense. I think with every kind of hobby that you have, there's always some sort of research within that hobby of
right,
what you're trying to figure out. For me, my favorite hobby is sitting on my ass and playing video games and recording. But there's
yeah,
research into that. That's how I improve my editing
right,
skills. I look up how to do this, I try to work on it, and then it works. Like research is an overall universal construct that helps out with every fucking thing that you do in life. I guarantee you, bro, there is somebody out there that needed to look up how to brush their fucking teeth, bro, cuz they did not know how.
I
Like, what do
swear.
I need to use? How do I brush it? Do I have an angle with the way I brush it?
Right,
Every single thing has a way of research. And I think that's what makes the internet itself a very beautiful thing, because before
yeah,
that, you just needed to know somebody who knew how to do that in the first
exactly,
place, and that's kind of difficult to do.
right,
But it also, if you think about it, when we had to do that, that was also a time where we as a society or as humankind itself were very
hmm,
connected, because then we weren't, facing in front of a camera or facing in front of a computer monitor and looking up a video that's already been pre-recorded. No, we were going to our neighbor and being like, yo, how do you do this, and spending more bond time. So I think with that, just like everything else, there's always something that's sacrificed for a better outcome or a more efficient outcome with life, you know? And I
hmm,
think that's just how the world runs. And although it sucks, it's, I don't we're not going back anytime soon.
no,
As much as I would love to go back in time where we just didn't have any of this bullshit and you had to use more creativity,
hmm.
that's not happening unless I
But I
build
feel
a
like this new creativity allows for even more new creativity. Like, okay, like we started off with what, like flip phones, and now we have iPhones in what in the last like decade. Like that's actually
yeah,
that's it's insane. It's actually
yeah,
insane how you go from freaking birds and pigeons all the way up to freaking
drones
telephones.
and yeah, yeah.
Right.
And it's crazy to think, and it's kind of sad to think that right now, I feel like anyway, I am living in a time where trying to start something unique is very difficult to do, because everything
Mhm.
has been done. If you
Right.
think about it, when even back in like 2000, like before 2010, right? When YouTube was just getting started, there was so much room for new ideas and new ways of producing content or producing some sort of media, that
Hmm.
if you were to produce that first, you would blow up first.
The number
That's
one.
why all the
Yeah.
old school legends of YouTube and gaming and stuff are huge now, because they were the ones to find it first. Now,
Right.
when you think of something and you're like, "Oh shit, that's an amazing idea. I'm gonna go do it." Then you go look it up and it's already been done hundreds of
Yeah.
times, and it just kind of sucks. but it also allows you to kind of dive more into a critical thinking aspect. And I don't know, man. It just I think we are living in a time where it's harder for us to kind of succeed than it was way back when.
I feel like it's a little bit easier. Here's why I say this. Because
Okay.
we have a bunch of examples. Because, like you said, the market is oversaturated. But because of that, we know what works and what doesn't work. Like what niches succeed better than others. What business models does a lot better. What's like the correct way to do things so we can become successful. Even though it's plug and play, and it might just be like copying other things. If your end goal is not really about I guess like you being unique and you wanting to be successful
Yeah,
in
okay.
life, then it'll be okay.
And I think, okay, so I understand that. And I think that's where my problem sets in, is because I don't want to be a copycat. I don't want to copy other people's creativity. And I kind of want to develop something of my own. Because my whole life I've been doing that. Like my editing skills, my videos themselves have always been almost a direct copy of other people's videos that I look up to.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I have to kind of look at it as a sense of gratitude, because if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't learn the skills that I did today, because I took the time to learn how they did that so I can do it myself. And I think with that, I can combine a little bit of everybody's skill set that I look up to into one huge like mantra of content. And that's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Well,
So,
that's what I also like about like the arts and like music and like content and everything, because you can take so much from other people that it like, and plus your own style, or if you don't have a style, you take from a bunch of people until you find that style that you like and you can stick with it. Because then you know, oh, if this person is succeeding with his style, this person is also succeeding. What if I combine the two? What happens then? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it
but
could be like even bigger.
I feel like in the music aspect, I feel like I would want to say it's like a lot more difficult with that, because you can you can take the style and take the inspiration from a certain artist, and then there's going to be people out there saying you're just copying, you're just doing what this person did. You're not special, you're not crazy, and it's just going to lead you to either not get big or become big and hated, or like
that's gonna
hated
happen.
for
That's
that.
gonna happen more often than you will succeed. Because if you think about it, every newer generation artist have had had a group of people say that they're copying this certain previous artist. Like for Logic, for example, you're copying Eminem. Or for I don't know any more examples, because all I fucking listen to is stupid old people that do music lyrically. But you get what I'm saying, is that there's always going to be, like, especially in the music industry, there's always going to be, because we have such a variety of music styles that it's almost like impossible to find another one, because these legends have mastered it. And so now people are going to be like, oh, you're copying this artist, you're copying this artist, you're not original. It's hard to be original when you got people telling you that you're not original, when really you're the only one that can really see that you're creating something so different, but by the inspiration of other artists. And that's the difference. Inspiration and imitation. Like that's something that we have to divide ourselves to, and kind of look towards the positive aspect, which is the inspiration, because not everybody's imitating. Imitating is almost an action that is negative. Why would we be imitating one of our most looked up to artists in our own music? That's not imitation, that's inspiration, because if we were imitating them, we would most likely be imitating them in a negative sense.
Right.
Because we're not respecting their level of music and their level of skill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
With that new like creation, we only had, like, for years it was just like a certain style. You know, you're only seeing like type beats of really big artists and stuff, and they already have like their whole thing set up.
Yep.
And that's one reason I mean, in this new era of music, there's got artists like Yeet, Ken Carson, and all of them, and all that stuff. And it's not really my style of music. I'm not very interested in it, but I have to throw out respect to like artists like Yeet, because I mean, he like started up a whole new
Whole new
like
wave.
you never heard stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Whole
Like
new
people say he's just like some basic artist, and I'm like, I wouldn't say basic at
That's what I'm
all,
saying.
to be honest, because he's like this. He started up this whole new trend. Now we have Ken Carson. We got like Baby
There's
Strong.
like
We got
different
all these
there's like
artists.
different styles of like music, bro. There's different
Oh,
there's
yeah.
different types of beats you
Yeah.
can make and shit. There's like
Subgenres.
West Coast type
Yep,
beats.
yep,
There's
yep.
like there's like Chicago type
even
beats.
different cultures, bro.
And I
Yeah.
think
There's
I think that's
Yeah, my God.
where people I think that's where people make the mistakes the most, is that to kind of be a successful artist is to understand what beat you are rapping on, or what beat you are singing on. Cuz if you are just a rapper that is inspired by another rapper, no matter how different that beat may be, you're going to try to rap the same way that you're
And it's gonna
inspired
sound
to rap, and it's
horrible.
going to sound
Right,
weird.
right.
It's going to sound forced. If you
That's
don't
why you have
feel
to
if you don't
sound-
feel that beat and you don't correlate with that beat the
Hey.
most,
He said, feel that
This
beat.
is you gotta find your own sound, bro. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
literally, like it sounds easy. That it's
Oh,
not
man.
easy
Oh,
at
man,
all.
bro.
Finding
I've
your
tried.
sound,
I've
like
tried.
finding your own like sound in music is really difficult, bro. Like
And that's how you know that you're actually invested and you're getting into this hobby that you want to get into. Because the people that say that they want to become a rapper or an artist or something like that, and they have somebody like I'm a victim of this. They have somebody else make the beats because they don't know how to make a beat. Learn how to make a fucking beat. And when you learn how to make a beat, you will make a beat that correlates with your style so much that it'll sound natural and not sound like something that you are forced on. Why do I look up J. Cole type beats and I try to rap like J. Cole, and it just and if I were to put that shit out, people would be like, "You're copying J. Cole." Hell yeah, I was copying J. Cole.
J. Cole beat. What do you
It
want
was a
me to
J.
do
Cole
about it?
beat. And I think that's the biggest problem, is that people look up type beats. They don't make their own beats.
Yeah.
If you learn how to produce your own beats, you will become a legend. Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
J.
but at the
Cole,
same time,
That's what I'm saying.
Pierre Bourne.
at the same time
Pure
though,
Born.
Ejon uses type beats,
Sure,
and he's good at.
but he also
That's-
mixes them. He also mixes them well. Like, he uses type
Yeah,
beats, but he also adds his
he
little
adds
he adds his
shit
he adds
to
his
it,
flame
though.
to it. When
Yeah,
there
I
are
would-
a lot of artists, including me, that just they hear a beat and they're like, "Yep, we're gonna use that.
Download
We're
it,
not gonna
let's
do
That
do it.
exact
we're not gonna
one,
do anything
yeah.
else."
Okay, I know what you mean then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up the like kind of the same thing. It went along with you, Bryson. Like making like being an artist, not being able to like produce your own beats is gonna put you in this like little box. It's good because you're just forced to try to rap on these
Yeah.
other beats, and that's why I respect artists like Tyler the Creator so much, because I mean honestly he's like realistically one of the best artists, like especially
Mhm.
right now, because he can produce his stuff. He's like almost every song he's made in his lifetime has been like produced by himself, rapped by himself. The songs are written by himself. Like he does it like practically all on his own, and he can just do that stuff himself. He can make it his own style and he's not worried about what this other beat sounds like because he can do it for
Sure.
himself.
Wait,
And-
Tyler?
He does that too.
Yeah.
Tyler,
Yeah.
Tyler the
Pierre Bourne does that.
Yeah.
Mhm. Pierre Bourne. Yeet.
I think
Doing it.
also the biggest
So
I think also the biggest issue that this world kind of portrays with artists and the idea of beat making, you realize that only very few people want to make beats, like Khalil or Ijan. They only want to make beats, but you don't see a lot of other people wanting to make beats, because what's the first thing you see when you look up a type of beat on YouTube? You see the artist's name, you see the rapper's name, you don't see the actual beat producer's name. Like Eminem didn't create the beat. The beat maker, the producer created the beat, but it's called an Eminem type beat. I've always had a fucking problem with it. I think it takes out so much. I think it takes so much disrespect towards the actual producers who put in the time and work to make it sound good, just for it to be called an Eminem type beat. Because I think the art and that's why everybody wants to become a rapper nowadays, is because the rappers get all of the shine and the glory, while the producers, they're just like, oh yeah, it was produced by this guy, and they even have to put tags on their beats to even just get some sort of influence on it. And you realize most of the songs that people make are not liked because of the rapper. It's because of the beat. They're like, oh, this beat is heat, man. This beat is fire. This beat is flames. Nobody give a fuck about the rapper that's going, bitches, hoes, yeah, let's get it. No, they're listening to the beat that has such a flow, and then the rapper tops it off with their fucking cherry cake. Like it's I think it just has a lot of disrespect towards it, and I think that's
why I like doing both. That's why I want to do both.
Dr. Dre did both, and he ended up being one of the most influential artists in the world. Artist meaning you're not just a rapper, but you're also a beat producer. You're a man who makes art, and art isn't just doing one piece of the art. You need to make other pieces to make the whole portrait.
Right.
That's how you make the art. And I think I have a big problem with that, because I like right now I've worked on my lyric rap skills long enough. I think it's time that I start to learn how to mess with keyboards and learn how to do beat switches and learn how to do this and that with FL Studios, and just trying to start making my own shit. Now, of course, I'll support my friends. I'll rap on their beats. Like I'll do that. Why not? But I also need to learn how to do this myself, so that way I know what I want. That's kind of like editing. If you think about it, editing your own videos, the best videos are videos that you edit yourself. And I edit all my videos. I can't imagine having somebody else edit my videos, because they don't know what I want out of that video.
Right.
And I don't want to have to tell them word for word, text to text, line to line, like put this in, and then put this in. I'm basically editing the video myself. I'm just telling you to do it. So I might as well do it my own way. And I think that, like, because you're not going to know, the only person that's going to know what you want is you. So that goes with content creation, that goes with music, that goes with entrepreneurship, that goes with business, that goes with bitches. Like, it goes with everything.
Bitches.
Bitches and hoes. On the topic of... Oh, has anybody else got something to say? I don't...
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
Wait, I want to say something about earlier when you were talking about, like, beats and shit. Like, I think the beat is the most important part of the song, because I feel like you can't even write lyrics until you hear a beat.
Right.
That's how it works for me. Yeah.
But at the same time, I think the rapper does matter too, because I don't think Kendrick Lamar would fit well on a Yeet beat, and vice versa.
Oh no.
So
that's the glory
think the rapper matters as well.
That's the glory of distinctive styles, like that's how it always works, because like, and everybody is almost designated to their own style of that beat, and that's what makes every person so unique. Because if Kendrick was able to just rap on a Yeet beat or rap on any kind of other beat, how special will he be? He's a guy that can rap on and that goes for everybody else. If Yeet can rap on a Kendrick beat or an Eminem beat or some like fast lyrical beat or some shit like that, then how, like, yeah, that would be crazy, but there's no uniqueness to it. You realize that Kendrick's the only person that can rap on a Kendrick beat and make it sound so natural and so amazing that it's exclusively his style. and I think that needs to coexist.
Then again, there's how Juice World, you know, he was some people would consider him one of the better freestylers of, you know, the newer era, or like
The best of
yeah,
this era.
The best.
the best. So, but he was able to go on for hours. He could rap on different beats. He can rap without beats. He can do this. He can do that, and he can make a lot of his freestyles make sense. So him being able to rap on those beats does make him like somewhat unique and like kind of, you know, I mean, really good, I would like to say.
Yeah.
So there's like I don't know. I feel like there would be some artists that if it works, it works, and like it doesn't. If
Hey, Baby Tron.
Baby Tron is another one. He can go on. What was that one song he did? Like
He has
had,
like
40
he
different
has like
beats on it.
He has
four
a bunch
different
of songs where he does.
Yeah,
He just released a new one like a week ago.
Really, I gotta get more into Baby Tron. I heard his one album or EP with I think it was Dookie Brothers too, and I was a little not really invested in it, but some of the songs were really nice in there.
Ben Reaper too.
Ben Reaper too. I have to check it out.
I think that's what we really need to focus on, is the idea that some people can do it and some people can't. That's what makes some people unique and other people unique. The fact that Kendrick can really rap on a Kendrick beat makes him unique. The fact that Juice WRLD can rap on a Kendrick beat and an Eminem beat and a Juice WRLD beat and all these other beats makes him unique. I wouldn't say that makes one of them better than the other. I don't like the idea that there's an artist that is better than another artist or the greatest artist of all time. That takes the dedication out of all of these other artists. And I had to realize that myself, that coming from a lyrical listener and a person that fucking hated mumble rap, why do I need to hate somebody else's art? It's a very subjective piece of art, and I feel like at the least I need to do is respect it, because there are people out there that get some sort of joy or some sort of euphoria out of it, even if it's somebody like Lil Pump, who I fucking despise. He has music that people love, and I think that's even if it's a minuscule mustard seed amount, it's a respect that you need to give out, and no matter how much you hate him.
Yeah, I there's a lot of artists I'm not fond of at all. Like, I do not care for, and a lot of them are really big names.
Kanye West,
Sterling, or Zander would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye West, Zander says Drake. I really dislike both of them, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to like disrespect you or do this because you like that artist. Like, I wouldn't like it. I don't like it at all if people, you know, say something about the artist that I like just because it's that artist, and I can't enjoy this music because I think it's good. You know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't work for me.
I think that's also a problem I have too, is I forget to distinguish the artist from their art, because with Drake, I don't like Drake, but I probably bop to most of his songs than I do anybody else's songs. And that's crazy for me to think. Maybe it's because of the newer Drake and the clips that I've seen of him kind of being more self-entitled or goofy or like just kind of arrogant. And that goes for every artist. I forget to distinguish that from his art, because some of my favorite songs are songs from Drake and songs that I love to sing. And it's like, why should I just disrespect Drake for his entirety and call him one of the worst rappers, which I don't fucking think he is.
Yeah.
Just because I see him on another spectrum other than his art. Yo, Zander, what's up, bro?
What's up? I had to let the dog out because the dog was going crazy.
Who let the dogs out, bro?
What y'all know about them guard dogs? Always, because you know my house is a certified gun range. So.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, is your desk in front of your mirror, bro?
No,
yeah,
so I
did you
took,
move your setup?
Yeah. So it's in my closet. I put my mirror in Langston's room, so the closet's open.
Oh.
Yo, does
Yeah.
Langston still have like shit in his room?
Not really.
It's an empty dude. Just make that your studio and just have this
Okay.
your video or
Yeah.
your room.
Yeah.
That would be. I've always dreamed about doing that.
I
I've
feel like it'd be
always.
weird though. That's like the only like I feel like it's just weird.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Because eventually I'm gonna get to a point where it's just like wake up, roll out of bed, go on the computer, make some money, go back to sleep,
Mm,
wake up, go to work out.
I think that is very convenient because like right now I could just take literally one step to my right,
Yeah.
go to bed,
Yeah.
and I think that's I think it also having that is also kind of a negative for me too because if I had my studio, my area where I work in a different room, I wouldn't be tempted to want to lay down and be lazy
That's
again.
true.
I would be
That's true.
here surrounded by a work environment. And
Yeah.
that correlates with actually going to work too, because like
Yeah.
I work at
I feel like
Joe's.
both of them work. I feel like both
Yeah.
of them
Especially when you're starting off, you know,
Yeah.
you need that space confined.
Yeah. Facts.
But yeah,
My
eventually
my charging
yeah, I'll probably
station's
get an
right there.
office.
Oh,
Charging
really?
Yeah,
station.
seriously. That's a bot for real.
But
All right. How is what I had a like list of questions given
Mhm.
by a certain someone. Um and I feel like this is a question that should be brought out for everybody to answer. And the question is this is the question of the podcast. I want to start doing that too. The question of the podcast. How has social media ruined the ideas of men and women?
big jump from you.
Yeah.
Wait, how has social media?
Ruined the ideas of men and women.
What do you mean by that?
So,
Yeah.
for example, some people may think that because of social media, men and women's roles have been entangled to a concept where you can be whatever you want, but it also inflicts on it also kind of impacts the idea that something that their roles are something that we need. So like for people back then maybe the idea that a woman went to work is crazy. She should be at home taking care of the house, caring for the kids, cleaning the house, you know, doing all this shit. But now she's a woman that can do as much work as a man can. Has social media ruined this idea or has it benefited this idea? Basically, has social media ruined or benefited the ideas of a man and a woman? Like, has it improved their concepts or has it kind of demoted their roles in society? Has it maybe opened more roles?
Right.
Hmm.
I'll start by saying this. I guess nowadays more people are more, I guess, liberal. I would like to say, or
Sure.
to the left, because I would say because social media, they always want, I guess, like the majority of people to think that what they're putting out is right, what they're putting out is good. So now we have like a wave of women empowerment, men, women don't need like men. Men needs to be more emotional and like they don't have to. They could be like feminine, basically.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. So I feel like because traditionally, men would have to be, I guess, what you would call masculine. They have to act as a male, which like includes like I guess if we go like way back, it'd be like hunting, gathering food, going to the wars,
Doing the work
right, doing most of the work
outside of the household.
outside the house, right. And now, because of social media, now we see a bunch of these girls um, making it out for themselves, and then but also it kind of ruins their image because now because like Instagram, you got models selling their body, selling their product. That would be, I guess, their product, whatever.
Yep.
So now you have that. Now you have men who have constant access to that. Now those men are, so in extreme cases, those men are attached to those like Instagram models, and now all they want is that Instagram model. That's all they want. And if you look at the Instagram model, it's like, oh, I'm making money. I don't care about like how these people like really feel. I'm just making money. This is like my living type stuff.
Okay.
That's kind of like my take on it.
I would say for me, and I've realized this, but I've like just now I've come to a conclusion of what I think is that the idea of social media has accessed a more freedom persona for men and women alike and made it more comfortable, because maybe before social media, if you were gay, transgender, more feminine as a man, you were an outcast. You were considered evil in the eyes of regular people, right? But social media, as the big influence that it has made it more susceptible and more, even more common for people to be like that and to be more comfortable. But I think there has been a point in the era of social media where it's come to a point where if you are masculine and you are a man, you are evil. If you are a man who has an idea that, or who wants a woman that will stay at the house, take care of the kids, care for the house, just do what a woman was supposed to do way back then, you were considered evil. Right. I think if you have those traditional thoughts of way back when, or if you kind of if you want to keep that persona, you are considered evil. Like, for example, I've had many like people at school, when they saw me, I shaved my head. I shaved my head, while all the other dudes had long curly hair, or long, hair on the sides. Everybody automatically came to the conclusion that I was a conservative, that I hated women, that I hated gay people, that I hated transgenders, that I hated all of these people just because I shaved my head.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you know who else shaved their heads? Neo-Nazis. You know who else shaves their head? Meatheads. You know who else shaves their head? Police officers.
Right.
And it's like, maybe I wanted to shave my head because it looks good, bro. I got a good fucking dome, bro.
They called you a meathead, bro.
Yeah, bro.
A fucking meathead. No.
Wow, that's vile.
And it feels like I'm being more judged than I am being more free to what I want to be.
Exactly.
Because I want to be a man who's strong, physically, mentally, who has a strong look. And when I tell people that I want to be that, and when I tell people I want a wife and I want to have like 1 or 2 kids, people look at me weird. They're like, "You're saying you don't want to date a man,
right?
Or you don't want to be a woman, or you don't want to have kids, like, you want to have kids? That's crazy. You want to actually do what naturally you're supposed to do? Yeah, I want to fucking do that. I want to fuck a woman and have a kid.
Exactly.
Like, and still be a man. That's what I want to do, and people find it fucking weird.
Yeah.
Just as we found it weird that people wanted to date the same gender or wanted to be a different gender, and I get it. It's kind of like the roles are reversing.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the whole world is a Planet Fitness where they are like, no judgment zone, but they're judging.
Then you get judged.
You get judged for being there for the purpose that you think you're being there for. Planet Fitness. I used to go there. I was a lean dude, and I had muscle, and I would have a shirt like this on because it's fucking hot in there. Exactly. And I would be kicked out because I was showing too much skin. Meanwhile, this girl in fucking booty shorts and a crop top is chilling. Like, all right, You know,
That's crazy.
I think there's a lot of priority in this world. Even still is a lot of priority in this world. But now for more people, I think a lot for more people, because you know, um, me being a man who wants to be masculine is not okay anymore. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? What do you want me to do?
All right. You let me be all of my feelings. Like, come on.
I do believe in the thought that men can be emotional. Like I'm an
Well, yeah,
emotional guy.
I'm not saying not to be
God.
like in tune with yourself. Like that's
Sure.
completely okay. Be in
I
tune
think
with yourself.
emotions are the most natural thing ever.
Right.
I think they're coming off the idea that men always have to be like hard and powerful and stuff.
Men can't cry.
Yeah, no,
Right.
men
Yeah.
have a natural instinct to protect no matter what the situation is.
Yeah.
Women have a natural instinct to protect, whether that be the man or their children. Men have an overall idea of protecting what they love. That's how it's been for the past 4 billion years that we've been existing.
Yeah.
And now we want to change our biological ways. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it's-
no, this isn't fucking 2K, all right? We can't just
my character, right? My player type shit.
like be what you want to be, but don't bash other people for it, man. Other
Right.
people that just want to be themselves.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to be able to grow a full ass beard like fucking Kratos and protect my
Nah, that'd be
and
fire.
protect my kids
That'd
and
be
protect
fire.
my wife at all costs.
Yeah.
And that's why I look up to people like the Liver King so much. People hate the Liver King, but I'm like, shit, bro. you can't tell him shit in person, bro. He'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
And
It's
you know,
scary.
I respect my ideas as much as I respect anybody else's. You know.
Yeah.
And it's pain, but it's also beauty. It's beauty in a struggle,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and ugliness
struggle.
in a success.
Mm.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
gotta
I
give that a
think
round
I-
of applause. Hell yeah,
Mr.
bro.
Lecter. Mr. Lecter.
All right, what'd you want to say? Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I do agree. Like, I don't talk very like I'm not very in tune with this like this type of conversation. I don't think about this type of stuff that
Sure.
often.
Mhm.
But like, I would to bring in a point. I think you should be able to do like what you think. Like, I don't care if someone's gay if they want to dress like a girl. It's
Yeah.
not my problem.
Yeah.
Right.
But like when I'm over here, like I would paint my nails all the time. I haven't done it in a little bit, but I would paint my nails because I thought the look was cool, and people would
Mhm.
automatically
Yeah.
go, that's gay, you can't do that. And then it's like now it's switching up to oh you can do that, and it's like so
Yeah.
they won't choose. Can I do this or can I not do it? Like it's
Yeah.
kind of just weird, but if you want to be like the masculine man and do this and get this girl that's a little more like not trying to show off as much
Yeah.
of their body, you shouldn't be hated because you want that. Like
Yeah.
if you don't care if your girl is going out and like wearing all this like practically see through, you could see their nipples through their shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you don't want that, like people shouldn't be hating you because you don't want
Want
that.
that, yeah.
You just want a woman that will like to only be with you, only show herself to you, but you don't care if you just think, oh, she can wear whatever she wants. That's your choice. You know, you do that if you want. But
Yeah.
people are constantly degrade that and just hate you because of what you chose.
Right.
Exactly. And I think what you are judged on is based off of how past historical concepts have been. The concept of women wearing earrings and men not wearing earrings. And when I put on earrings for the first time, or when I got my ears pierced, my parents didn't care because my parents had earrings or my parents
Yeah.
had ear piercings. But my great grandparents, they were like, "What is this? What is this? Blasphemy? What is this tobacco? Like, what is
That
going
was
on?"
my grandparents. That was my grandparents when I first started dating a white girl. They were like, "Why are you dating a white girl?" I was like, I'm like, well, times have changed now, and we're not in like that time of oppression.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still there, sure, but and it's not as bad as it used to be. So
Yeah, that's the same thing with like my parents and shit. But like, I don't like I don't really date white girls anyways. So, but when I did like was talking to a white girl, they was like saying it was weird. And shit like that,
It was
Well,
yeah. And that
And
makes
with that-
that makes total sense because they grew up in a time where if a white man was
Yeah.
dating a black girl or even talking to a black woman, it was
That's
weird.
weird.
yeah.
So they want to they have that same idea that it's like, well, why is it not weird now?
right.
And for good reason. It's not weird now because personally, I believe that black people have more freedom than they did. And obviously they have.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
still that, bullshit racism that's going on and segregation that's still going on. And I think that it's kind of alleviated off of the black community and it's still there. But I think it's also being more apparent in white communities. Like I think white communities are experiencing segregation.
Oh yeah,
as
because
well as
now
black
white people can't say shit anymore. Like I mean, so
Or
like white people can't say shit
there are
anymore.
there are some places where white people aren't allowed and it's a black
Yeah.
only, and I get it because then you need that black kind
Culture and
of that black
everything,
culture and I understand it. But there's no better feeling than when I get invited to a black cookout. There's
said,
no
"Why
better
you- why you
feeling
got-
than that.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So why y'all holding that on me?
or even your guys' family reunion. I was honored. And guess what? I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. I was the only white dude there. I felt more at home there than I did anywhere else, bro. Just being or even being at a church. And it was amazing. But I think that segregation has almost like divided into an equal amount for everybody. Of course, there are some communities that experience more than others.
Yeah.
But I think that there is a form of segregation and discrimination for white people as well, because I've experienced it too. There's been many, people of color that have said things to me for no reason, or that a place that I've been they don't like, and even hairstyles, for example. I don't want to get into that, but I feel like I have to. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a style like this, but it was longer, and I put it into cornrows, and I went to school, and that was the worst mistake of my life because everybody got on my ass about being racist or trying to act black, and I'm like, you cannot say that I'm racist and trying to act black in the same sentence.
Right, because that means there's black people act a certain way, and that's
And if anything, I don't feel like I'm disrespecting their culture. More or less, I'm more connected to their culture, and I'm almost celebrating their culture of having cornrows in their hair. And I don't know, man. There are some styles that I like that black people have, and I try it out, and people just don't fucking like it. And it's only the white people that give me shit. Because when I go up to my black homies,
they're like, oh shit, bro.
They're like,
They're
oh fuck, man, what this shit
Yeah.
look fire. And then I go up to my white dudes, they're like, yo, that's not cool, dude.
Right.
Are you making fun of black people right now? I'm like, no, dude. I was just over at Langston's house. He said my hair was fire, bro. What you talking about?
Yeah.
That's the thing with like the whole cultural appropriation thing. It's like you can't support any type of like this style. Like if you're being offensive and like saying all this like racist stuff while trying to wear all these clothes that they were like, I don't care if people dress up in the damn poncho, sombrero, big ass mustache, and maracas for Halloween. I don't give a fuck. Like that's cool. Like niggas is trying to dress up as Mexicans. That's like you can't do that anymore. And I even seen this video of like this guy going around to white people and like this Chinese type
I
of
was just thinking
Yeah.
about
Oh
that.
yeah.
he couldn't even say
He did
like
it in the Mexican
all the white
outfit,
people
too.
were doing that. Oh, I didn't even see that one. That's interesting.
What are you doing?
But-
He said.
But yeah, and he went out to Chinatown, and like all the people that were of that, culture, they were like, "Oh yeah, your outfit looks great. It's
Cool.
amazing. It's so good." But all the white people were like, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't wear that at all.
Yeah.
It's so offensive. You
Yeah.
can't
I
do
feel
any
like
of that."
I feel like that's why people hate white people too. Like why
Right.
like this white
Yeah.
segregation thing has happened because they
yeah, I
always
feel
wanna
like
can-
I
they
feel
want to
like
cancel everything.
Honestly, like
I feel
Oh,
like
cancel
the
culture is
segregation
toxic.
for the segregation for
Oh.
white people is white people against white people. Because more often than not, there are things that white people do that black people support, like celebrate their culture in different ways. But then the white people rebuke themselves because they feel like that they're at a sympathetic idea. Like, I'm
I
not the
think I
one.
feel
I'm
like-
not the one who made you guys who made you guys slaves. I didn't do that. My very
Great.
distant ancestors did.
Wait.
But I did it. I looked at you guys the same way I look at anybody else.
I've ever like experienced anything like that. Like even with like white people, cause like bro, like a nigga like me, bro. I'm just connected with like everyone. You feel me?
Right.
Like I don't
Sure.
even know. Like I can just like walk up to like a group of like some white people, and then they'll be fine with me there.
Yeah.
There's this like I don't want to say she's like racist or anything. I don't want to say that, but like.
She's
There's like,
racist.
but
Tell the
she's
truth.
racist.
Call it what it was.
Bro, yeah, she's racist, bro. Bro, she was talking to me like I was like cool with her, like you know, and I don't know. I haven't run into anyone like racist towards me like that. Like I mean, I've heard some like racist things
Sure.
said to
Yeah.
me, but like
Yeah.
I don't care.
And
'Cause, like,
it's really only prominent when that person is behind the screen, bro. People hear the most racism through video games, through
Yeah.
social
I know.
media,
Video
but
games is
never in
crazy.
person. Because or Omegle, oh my god, dude, that's a
Yeah.
gnarly place.
Yeah.
It goes
But
bullshit.
Very gnarly.
it's only prominent in the social, and I think that's one of the negatives of social media is that it gives people a safe place to be very discriminatory towards people that don't deserve
Yeah.
it, and with no reason, but because they think it's funny, or they think it's, they think that nothing will happen. You do that to the wrong person, you get doxxed, and you're fucked for the rest of your life, however long they may be. And you know what's crazy to me is that the idea of stereotypical racism is so subjective to certain cultures and certain races that there are holidays that we celebrate that completely glorifies the stereotypes of that race. St. Patrick's Day. Who do you think that they're imitating? Irish people.
Irish, right?
Leprechauns. That's the stereotype of Irish people. Yet we all celebrate it, and it's like, what? That's not racist.
That's
That's
not
not-
racist.
That's not
Right.
making fun. That's the equivalent of doing blackface. That's not racist at all. No, it's not racist because they're the same color as white people.
It's like,
Are we looking at the color of their skin or the actual ethnicity of which they live?
Yeah.
Why are we? And I hate the idea that we call each other different races when we're all the same race, the human race. I don't get that. We are just from different parts of the world, and with different genetics. That doesn't mean we are different entirely as a different race. You see on all these television shows and cartoons, the alien race, the human race, the fucking Forerunner race, some stupid weird Halo shit.
8500.
I like having different races. It's like I like that shit. Like I don't know, like talking, like I don't know, like
But
if
then,
I'm talking to
people look at it.
you,
People look
you
at
like-
it as how that person looks, because
yeah.
I'm a different race from Andrew, I have Irish descent. What do you have? I'm sure you have Irish descent, but like
I know I'm mostly German and Italian.
German descent. That makes us but we are both Americans, so we are technically the same race. I look at races as places that people where people are. I look at I mean we're all American, so I look at us all the same, just as I would look at anybody else across the globe the same. So I just think that we're all one race, but we have sub races, and that sounds racist itself. That we have sub races, but I think we just put ourselves into subjects to make it easier for us to distinguish ourselves. And there's parts of me that don't like it, and there's parts of me that understands why that's a thing. But I get why Khalil might like it. If you want to explain more, go ahead.
Because honestly, like, I don't even understand what we're talking about. For real now.
I mean, we are going into like a third eye awakening, so I understand it, bro.
Wow.
To me, like, racism really doesn't make sense because like, I don't get how you can compare people by the color of their skin when we're all the same on the inside.
Sure.
But
There was this photo I saw one time where this guy had two different eggs, and one was like a brown egg, one was a white egg, and they were the same on the inside.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how.
That's what Martin Luther King preached. Not by the color of their skin, by the content of their character.
The brown one, was probably fucking nasty.
it tastes worse.
Look at the stereotypes. This man is racist against eggs. Holy shit.
Bro, all of that serious shit just for Khalil to be like, yo, the Browns ones is nasty, though. Are you Uncle Ruckus, bro? What the fuck?
Hey, Uncle Ruckus white.
Uncle Ruckus is... I don't even know what Uncle Ruckus is. Bro. That's... I don't know, bro. I think the whole world got their shit mixed up. Because you know what I realized? Racism actually means... for race. Think about it. Because what do you think? Like, there are people that say, that person's a socialist. Like, he is for socialism. A racist, by the old definition, meant that he is for race. If you were against race, you'd be anti-racist. But I don't know why we changed that. But by the level of commonality that we have with the word play, racist should mean for race, and racism should be a collective of race supporters. Yeah. Now I'm not saying I'm racist, bro. Like because I'm not racist. You have to support the idea of presentism, because a lot of people back then, like just now. Because people more or less, Khalil, chill, bro. People more or less have the concept of mind that racist means that you are against race. So I have to say that I am not a racist. Just like back then, it was very common to be racist, and if you were to say that you weren't racist, you were just as bad as those black people. That's what the white people would say.
That reminds me of something.
All the way
if I get this off
presentism.
This reminds me because now I'm thinking, because you said like racism, how it had different meanings, and I remember watching this one video. It was saying that gender and sex were interchangeable at some point, meaning like the same thing. Like you're either born male, born female. Now it comes to a point where sex is more biological and gender is more, I don't know, like identity. Right. But what are you guys thoughts about that? Like, do you guys
unlike people identifying as whatever the fuck they want?
Well, more the concept of like.
Okay, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you this.
What's up?
This is what I think. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I really don't care. Like, I do not care, cause like, I I like girls, and I'm gonna say
Facts.
as a boy, I'm
True
gonna say
as
as a
fuck.
boy, but like, bro, it's just like the people in that like support that shit. They be doing too much, you know.
Doing
Like
the
they be
most.
like
Yeah.
they be
Yeah.
dragging it, and
Yeah.
it be getting annoying. Like they
They
be
be
like,
giving it a
oh,
they give
oh,
it a bad name because of how they act.
yes,
Yeah.
bro.
100%. Um, yeah, I think.
And I think
Damn,
that's
what was
oh
I
sorry,
gonna say?
sorry, sorry. I think that's why
Oh,
people don't
yeah.
like it that much. It's because of how they act. If they were to act more civil, and they were to
Mhm.
act like how the civil rights movement acted, I'm sure they would get the same respect as the civil rights movement activists
Yeah.
did. But no, I think they just went a little bit too extreme, and they gave it a little too much aggression to where we were like, it feels like you're forcing us to like you guys because of who you are. We
Right.
can't have an opinion anymore, or we
Yeah.
can't, we can't just be like, okay, we get it. No, we have to literally say, I love you guys. I would die for you guys. You
Yeah.
guys are everything. You guys know shit that we don't. Holy shit. No, just like sorry, okay, go on.
Yeah, no, but I like agree. Like they take it really, really far. Like, with this whole pronoun thing, I don't.
Ugh.
If you want to say like you're a they them, I think it's really like I think it's like strange. But I'm not gonna like out here say no, you're a he or you're a she. I'm not
Sure.
gonna. I'll say they them. I'll say that. But then when it goes to these like what is it like neo
Giger.
pronouns?
Yeah, neon
Then
pronouns
you
like
can
the
just say whatever
Zander,
you
whatever the
E
fuck.
Zim.
I'm like
Yeah.
that would just get
Yeah, I
confusing
don't
to a
Yeah, that
point.
shit's weird.
I
Just
I
don't
have a
I don't know.
I have a
Totally
friend
different.
that's like
Wait.
I'm okay with like the they them stuff.
what, Kalo?
What
What?
are you guys talking about?
Like pronouns and like
Neon pronouns?
genders and shit.
Like neo pronouns.
Yeah.
There are
Like
pronouns that are like je, jer,
Yeah.
e, zim. If you look on Instagram
Like,
and
you
you
remember
put in
that one
pronouns,
TikTok I
there's a
made?
whole bunch of weird letters and shit.
I've
Yeah,
never, I never knew
But-
about this. I
in
swear to
person,
God.
in person, I
Yeah.
don't hear people say it as often, but like online, it's like I see it like everywhere. You have
Everywhere.
to call them
And
by
and
this
here's the thing that I'll have respect for. If you do it, do not press me because I accidentally say he or she when that is not
Mhm.
what you identify as,
Yeah.
and be like, oh, you are a transphobic fuck. You are a
Yeah.
genderphobic fuck. Because
Like, yeah,
you automatically assumed blah 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 blah. Yeah, automatically assumed you look like you have a dick, man.
Oh God.
You look like you
Yeah,
have an
I mean-
Adam's apple. So what do you want me to expect? You're a woman, right? No,
Yeah,
I would
you have a
automatically
dick
think
or
you're a
vagina.
man. So I don't.
Speaking
just-
of that, Canada, I forgot where exactly, but some guy got charged, like a misdemeanor for not calling this one,
That's-
I think girl,
that's wild.
whatever, for the right pronouns.
that's wild.
crazy.
So yeah, it's actually crazy.
So weird, cause like yeah, if I do mistake in you, like that's not my fault. If you look like a dude, and I'm gonna say, oh yeah, he,
Right.
and then
It's a dude,
you get
right.
all pressed, like you can just calmly say, I actually go by this, and I'll
Yeah.
respect that. I'll say okay.
I will
now say
try to remember. So, just like I'm trying to remember Xander, but I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it every
Yeah,
time.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Bro's got a neo name.
Yeah.
Neo
Okay,
name.
see,
name.
this is exactly
Xander
why I
with a
didn't
Z,
go with
Xander with an
Xander.
X.
This is exactly why I did, because I was like, dude, ZX. I was like,
Like
holy
when
shit.
we're talking to you, when we're talking to you directly, we have to put Z. But when we're talking
Yeah.
when we're talking about you, we have to put X or some shit.
X. Z. Yeah, I go by ZX. I go by Xander.
Xander. Were you gonna say something, Andrew?
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't really have a problem with like they them pronouns because there are people out there that can be born as a certain gender and feel like a different gender.
Yep.
And you don't really know where you are in that position. So a they them pronoun is understandable to me.
Mm-hmm.
But like
And,
after that we're crossing a line.
Yeah, and
it's a
here-
little
Like you're throwing X's in there, like what the fuck?
and
Yeah.
here's
That's
where
just some
and here's what
bullshit.
I believe, okay? and I don't give a fuck what people say. There are only two genders.
On God,
And you
there is
have to
that.
respect that. Don't, please, for the love of fucking goodness, Yahweh, bro, do not try to create more genders. Because there's
Makes
no
no
such
sense.
thing, man.
Makes no sense.
There is a female dog and a male dog, not a fucking xenomorph dog or whatever the fuck you're gonna come up with.
Right, because
Please.
then now you create a whole
That's
problem
decent.
with I guess like sports. Like sports is a big
Yeah.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Now, because I know there's a topic is like, oh, you have men, women, and then you have trans
Co-ed,
men,
trans,
women. Right?
shit, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's
yeah.
this guy who's talking about, so if there's a spectrum of genders and you can't list how many genders there are, how many divisions of sports should we have?
Yeah.
And like how do we know if we're supposed to put them in the men or we're supposed to put
Yep.
them in the women? Like if you have a man who transitions to a woman, trans man or whatever, they're going to dominate in the women's sports. Obviously,
Yeah.
they're going to dominate. It makes no sense. But if
Just
you put the
biologically
woman,
speaking, not because you are against women, but because
Right.
statistically and by genetics, a man is stronger than a woman in most circumstances.
The
If you
average
put
male, yeah,
the average male, yes, there are some women that are strong. Like there are
Oh,
women
yeah,
that can
they're,
beat the
like-
fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the
for
strongest
sure.
woman in the world would kick my ass.
Oh yeah, but this, yeah, bro.
It's,
Of course.
it definitely ranges.
But
But
if you were to put like this happened, and I think we've talked about it before, a male fighter and a woman fighter, a male fighter is gonna beat the fuck out of that woman fighter.
exactly.
most of the time.
Most of the
doesn't
time.
matter the
There
ranking.
might be
Doesn't
some.
matter.
There might be some ways where a woman can win, but
Mhm.
that woman is gonna have such an unfair advantage against that
Inside
man
fight.
because that man is genetically and biologically more muscular, has more testosterone, and that is something that we cannot change as people who are born out of a woman's vagina, bro.
Yeah.
And no,
What?
a fucking baby cannot come out of a man's penis. That is not possible. I don't fucking understand that.
Ooh, that would hurt.
That that would fucking hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to.
like,
So, I saw this video where this guy was speaking on like pronouns and shit, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a great video. And he said that, you know, multiple years in the future, when everyone that's currently existing is dead, and we're all in the grave, buried underground. When pronouns die, they're gonna dig us up, and they're gonna say we're either a male or a female.
Female. Exactly.
They're
Yep.
not gonna say we're
Yep. Because the most common ideas. What the fuck? What happened to you?
Yeah. See, I thought that was just me. I thought that was just me. I was like,
Look at Andrew's. Look at Andrew's.
Oh.
He definitely disconnected.
yeah.
Okay, but the most common aspects to life and culture end up towards the end of that society or era of society being existent. Towards that end up being foolish. Like for example, like discrimination. Back then, it was so common. It was uncommon for you to think that that's obscure. Now, it's like, don't even think about discrimination or any of that shit. Don't even think about Sterling. What the fuck, man?
My Discord like reset it.
Like, don't even think about that shit. But now, for example, I don't want to get on such a touchy subject such as this, but like abortion, for example, such a common thing. Now, I don't ask me anything about abortion. I have no opinions about it.
I got you.
Abortion, for example, is super common. It is super supported. But years down the future, who knows? Maybe people will be like, I can't believe that was an actual thing.
Right.
But we understand it now as a form of women freedom, as women rights. But then in the future, people are going to interpret it possibly as they killed their children because this happened or this happened.
Right.
And
Sometimes it's needed.
Sometimes it's needed.
Yeah, like to the extent of like if a woman was to be like, assaulted,
Sure.
and she has like would she have to sit there and bear this baby that the father is not even known, some random hobo guy, and like you have to sit there for 9 months with this baby carrying it, give birth just to either take care of it as a reminder that you did get assaulted, or you can set it up for adoption, but you would still have to go through the process of
Yeah.
giving birth.
Sometimes the the dad just ends up leaving, so then maybe the mom just don't want to deal with being a single parent, and it'd be like teenagers too that be getting pregnant, and I know I wouldn't want a baby at my age. I'm not saying I would leave, but like I know like
It's going to be difficult.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
I
even
think it's important for abortion, especially like if the baby dies inside of the womb. Like if you don't abort that, like you'd have to give birth to that, and possibly like the
oh
woman
yeah,
ends up dying too.
that's a miscarriage. Yeah. That's
Medical abortion is fine if it's gonna either, I guess, either kill the women because of like whatever happened to the baby. Then yeah, sure, abort it. Yeah, that's fine. Anything that has to like do with that type of stuff, yeah, go for it. But
If doing
just
it on
to
but
abort it
then
because
that's-
like
even people in the future are going to be like they put themselves over the kid that was supposed to be born. There's going to be people that believe that.
for sure.
And that's something that you don't have to agree with, but you have to understand that that's an opinion. And I think to end it off, that's the biggest things that people have is accepting that people have opinions, and everything is just about an opinion in people's eyes.
That's nice.
100%.
And facts are opinions that a whole collective of people believe.
Yes, sir.
And that's how it is. Any fuck, dude, what the shit?
But this shit is crazy.
Any,
what?
anybody got any last words to say or any kind of topics before we end it here?
Nah, man.
You know what? Why don't y'all plug yourselves in the fucking podcast, bro? Where can they find you at?
Who's going first?
I mean, I can go first.
bro.
You can find me on YouTube. I might be streaming. I have to change a bunch of shit if I'm gonna be streaming. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I'm on Bryson's channel. So if you go over to his, look onto his channel. So
You're on this
should be
channel too.
there.
I gotta start adding you guys to the channel list too. But yep, you can find all of them on YouTube. I'll put it in the channel things on the account. But gentlemen, what an amazing conversation for an hour and 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
That is a nice, lengthy, girthy podcast. Okay.
It's a girthy. What you mean by that?
Whoa. Again, I'd like to say thank you to Khalil, Isaiah, Andrew, and Sterling for joining me today on this lovely podcast. And we're gonna, I'm trying, and I hope we can. We just got to figure out times for each other. We are going to try to put out a podcast at least every week. But I
got so much time. Holy shit.
I guarantee you there will be a podcast every month. That's a given. But
Yeah.
we are going to try to put out a podcast every week. So that means about 4 podcasts every month. And
That's a good call.
even if that just comes down to me talking cuz nobody else can, it's fine. But we will find out times and days where we can all get together and talk about things like this. And we'll be more organized. We'll make sure we don't have that many interruptions like we did, because it was pretty gnarly today, but it's not too bad. It still worked out.
Yeah.
But anyways, this has been the East Valley Podcast. We hope that you guys enjoyed our conversations and that you guys respected our opinions, whether you agreed or disagreed.
I don't want it.
Bro, that's crazy. Interruptions.
and
Hey, yo,
and
beat that
I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Have a good night, y'all. Peace.